Hey, I want to welcome you guys back again. We're going to be going over a different topic today, a little bit out there in the left field, but this is cryptocurrencies, right? This is an alt investment. This is not something that you would put most of your money in. This is not something that it's very, very risky, but this is something that's an emerging market out there. So I want to talk about it. And as our channel is a finance channel, I want to bring it up. So what is a cryptocurrency, right? Like, there are so many of these. Look at them all. They just go on and on and on. I mean, there's as many cryptocurrencies as there are stocks. Well, a cryptocurrency is a digitized form of money, right? So it's a digital US dollar. It's some form of money, right? And it's backed by a blockchain, which is basically just a distributed ledger, which is people taking together consensus saying, yes, we realize these transactions happen. This is something that we agree upon. And instead of the banking system controlling money and controlling how it flows, people after the 2007 crash, 2008 crash, they realized that banks weren't really trustworthy as much as we had thought. So they decided to create their own currencies. As you can see, there are just tons and tons of these things. And cryptocurrencies are running 24/7. So unlike our banking system, our current banking system, which shuts down, which, it's working hours, whatever, this stuff is all the time. If you want to send somebody money at 1:30 in the morning, that is boom, that is done, that is happening. So that's great, right? This is cool. It's cool technology. And the thing is, I got back into this back in 2017, and I messed around with it a little bit, and I wasn't really sure where it was going to go, but it's really, really coming to maturity in this space. And one thing I want to bring up is this is something that you guys are going to trade. You are going to have to pay taxes on this. This is something the government has finally decided that this is property, and any income you generate off of this, you will have to pay taxes. So just realize that. And the other thing is, if you're used to trading stocks and you're getting into this, that stocks, it keeps track of your buys and sells a lot better than the crypto space, because the crypto space is a lot newer and there's not a lot of those tools out there for us yet. And I mean, there are some companies that can do that. So if you guys know of any, don't forget to slam in the comments to help out the watchers. But let's dig into this. The space right now, as you can see, the market is up 3.2%. That's great. Love it. And one thing I want to go into is my personal portfolio. Look at that. I never mentioned this before, but as I was saying, we are a finance channel. This is a small portion of my portfolio, but I got into it and I like the space. I think that this is something that could grow into a good investment. And I've got $3,800 in there. If you look at this month, I want to say at the start of the month, 3,400 roughly, and right now we're at 3,800 or so. So it's not bad. And if you look at the last 24 hours, that's really where that action happened. We were still at like 3,400. And you can see there's a lot of action in the space right now. And then we don't know where it's going to go, what's going to happen with it. But crypto is hot right now. A lot of people are talking about it. A lot more people are getting back into the space, kind of like in 2017 when everybody was rushing in to see what it was all about. People are starting to kind of get interested again, which is great. So you'll see those gains. You'll see that we're up overall in the market. And in my portfolio, let's go over that. So if we go down here, you'll see, obviously I have a little nice 2 cents US dollar. Let's back that up. You'll see that my biggest holding here, obviously I do have a nice piece of that grandfather clock Bitcoin, right? The original, the Satoshi right there, his vision besides, some of you are going to say Satoshi Vision, BSV coin, I understand what you're saying. But Bitcoin, right? This is the big granddaddy of crypto. I have a little bit of that. Not too much. Like I have like 3% of one, right? So that's very, very little, but it's $300, right? But the big thing in my portfolio is Ethereum. I've been a huge believer in Ethereum and its creator, Vitalik Buterin. And he's just a really, really smart guy. And this system, as Bitcoin is to the new generation of money, Ethereum is to the generation of a newer decentralized form of the internet, right? So smart contracts, think of like if you wanted to pay somebody for work and the work was completed, that would just automatically, they'd be paid, the work would be verified it was completed, and it would work out great. So Ethereum is very, very amazing, and it's really cool stuff. So let's look at Ethereum overall. When Ethereum first came out, it was like literally pennies. You're talking 70 cents, right? So for something that's 70 cents to be worth $273 is kind of amazing. If you had gotten into it then, you'd be doing really well right now. And I want to say I got back in somewhere around here, and I didn't get all of my stuff, but it was somewhere in the 300-ish range, and I did a lot of mining. I got into the computer side of it, which was kind of interesting and cool to learn. But at one point, I mean, one Ethereum was worth $1,400. I mean, that is amazing to me, that this thing that started out as 70 cents could be worth $1,400. And you can see that was at the peak of hype in the space of crypto. And as you can see, it went back down. But if you were somebody who was watching this and trading, you could have bought in here and made a ton of money back in the rise up, right? And it's the same thing here. I mean, we've kind of been stabilized. There's been seen a lot of consolidation over the last, couple of years here. And it really hasn't done too much. But it's starting to show some progress here. It's starting to go back up. And hopefully what I'm hoping to see is another bull run. And honestly, I don't know if we'll ever see the 1400 space again. I really don't know. That was very hype driven. That was like, I relate it to Tesla now. Everyone's trying to get into Tesla, and Tesla could keep going, but I think that Tesla's in a bubble. And I think everyone's just trying to get into it, and that makes me nervous because I've seen this play out before right here. And so I am hoping to kind of see the 500, 600 range again soon, within hopefully a year or so. And I think that'll be some nice gains, double your money. So that's really cool. And this is really cool stuff to be in. The nice thing about crypto too is there is usually a cap on how many there can be. I'm not sure. I don't believe Ethereum has a cap on that. I think there's a set inflation rate for this, right? But with Bitcoin, there absolutely is a cap, and there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoins ever created, right? So if you own one, I mean, it's not like they're making more of them. It's not like the US dollar where they can hyperinflate the value. So what happens is this is something that's very similar to the value of silver and gold, if any of you guys are in that space, that there's only so much supply of it. So if demand does rise, this can skyrocket very easily because they can't really make more of it. It's not like they're going to just magically find a ton of it. And it's based off of how many people are mining the cryptocurrency, which is basically just running mathematical equations to find a solution. And that solution is just to verify that transactions are accurate and they exist. And the person that does that work, they get paid through the mining process. They get paid out in that local currency of the Ethereum, Bitcoin, whatever the case may be. So that's kind of how it's created. And it's just a really cool space to be in. It's different than the stock market in a lot of ways. And if you're somebody who's looking for alternative investments, this can be something that, don't get me wrong. Cryptocurrency is very, very risky. And this is probably the closest thing I get to gambling, because this stuff can go from 70 cents to $1,400, but just as easily it can go from $1,400 down to, $300. So it's very, very crazy how quick this stuff moves. And it's definitely not like the stock market. You might see some jumps in one day that are insane. And in the crypto space, you see a 14% jump in the stocks. And that's really kind of insane for a day. That's a great day, right? In the crypto space, that's very common, up and down. You'll see things like that. And if you're somebody who can pay attention to those charts and pay attention to those differences, you're going to make a lot of money on those things. And you're going to say, okay, I can see the spread. I can see these patterns. And you can monopolize on that. And you'll make really good money. For me, it's a lot closer to gambling because I watch those things, and I used to in the old days. I used to do some scalp trades on this stuff, and I would make a good $40-50 a night doing it. But it was one of those things, man. Some nights you would make that money, and some nights you would lose it just as quick. So it's one of those things, It's very risky. There's no guarantees in the space. But it's still a very cool investment. It's really cool to have something like this that's not tied to the stock market. There's many days where the stock market goes down, and this does the exact opposite. So it's kind of cool to offset some of my losses sometime on this. And the other thing I want to point out, you might see this little thing over here just ticking away, just having a grand old time, going up by fractions of a penny, right? So this is called staking. And I have a cryptocurrency. It's called Tezos, here it is. And Tezos has something called staking, and Ethereum will eventually be switching to that. But with Tezos, you stake the coins. You basically, and so instead of mining, you put your coins up as, hey, here, I'm part of the network. I'm staking my coins that I verify these transactions. They do exist. They are accurate. And in exchange, this cryptocurrency pays out about 4 to 5% per year. So it's a lot like when a stock pays you a dividend or pays you interest. It's kind of like that, but it's built into the actual currency itself to pay interest to those that hold the currency. So it's kind of a new thing in the crypto space. It's getting bigger. Some of the more name brand like Ethereum coins are looking into that and seeing how they can implement that into their system. But I get paid that like every couple of days. I'll get paid a fraction of one of those coins, one of those Tezos coins, XTZ. And it goes up every second. So that's something that's always going up. You can see here, I've made almost 1/10 of a Tezos for free. And a Tezos is worth $32. So 1/10 of that I've almost made free, and I haven't had this very long, and I don't have very much of it. So that being said, it's something cool to get into as well. It's something that you can mess around with. Coinbase does offer some programs where you can get stocks free. If obviously you can invite people, your friends, get free stock, or I should say free cryptocurrency. And they also have like questionnaires that you can do. So if you watch videos and learn about these cryptocurrencies, they'll actually pay you for doing that. So you watch a video, you answer the questions, and they'll give you free cryptocurrency for doing that. So that is a really cool program that Coinbase is putting on. I would recommend, even if you don't buy cryptocurrency, even if you're like, that is absolutely gambling, I do not like this, even if that is the case for you, I really think you should sign up just so you can do these programs here where you can get free cryptocurrency. And this is not a scam. I've done a lot of these myself. You can see here I completed 5 out of 6 programs for this, for the earn $40, for the what is delegated proof of stake, all these different things, right? You get paid out for it. So it's kind of cool because you'll be getting these little payouts. All you really have to do is watch a few videos. I mean, I did a few of them at one point, and I literally made $25 in 10 minutes just watching a few videos, answering questions, and learning about these cryptocurrencies. Basically, you're getting paid to educate yourself. So that is quite interesting that they have this program. I just wanted to bring that up for you guys out there. So I have a few grand into this space, and I'll be looking to, once this gets a lot higher, once we're in like the 5,000, maybe 6,000, 7,000 range, I'll be looking to offload this and move it into my stocks or into something more secure. But at this time, $3,000, almost $4,000, it really doesn't make much difference for me. I'm not gonna cry if I lose this. It's not gonna put me in a hole. It doesn't really matter for me. So I guess, like I said, this is for me, is my gamble. If this does really well, I'll put it into one of my more secure stocks, and I'll just collect those dividends, and that'll be great for me. And like I said, I have a lot of different ones. I got a lot of these free. I got a lot of them from that program, and they're just I just let them sit and see what they do. And some of them are up and some of them are down, but like I said, a lot of them are free. So it's just free money, right? And you can sell those if you're somebody who's like, you know what, I did the thing, I learned it, I'm not interested, this isn't for me. You could sell those on the exchange, take that money, put it in your account, and then use it to buy stocks, right? So that's just free, infinite return money. Anything you make on that then is just infinite, right? So that's great. So I wanted to bring that up to you guys. If you guys have any questions about the crypto space, if you guys are wondering anything about this stuff, I have been in the space since 2017, so I've been doing this actually longer than I've been doing stocks. So I'll be able to answer a lot of those questions for you guys. Like I said, super risky. I'm not advising it if you're new to trading, if you're new to anything. Look into it, research it for sure. Maybe sign up, do those free programs, get some free crypto for nothing. That's definitely worth it. But obviously, keep that in mind. And if you guys like this content, if you guys are enjoying what you're watching, don't forget to slam the hell out of that like button, right? And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to keep bringing you videos. And sometimes they're on stocks, and that's usually the case. But sometimes I'm going to bring you something interesting like this, like crypto. I've got some silver I want to come, show you guys coming up. I want to show you some of that, some other alternative investments I want to talk about. I want to bring that all to you guys. So don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to come back once a week, maybe twice a week sometimes. There'll be an extra video you can watch. And we'd love to have you join the community. So if you guys have any questions, don't forget to slam them below, and I'll talk to you guys next time.